this also is crazy. We went to dinner at 10 p.m. That was our dinner reservation.
That's that Miami proper, that's their thing.
What do you and Harrison do to keep the spark alive in your relationship?
We went to a no phone restaurant. It's cool. They take it from you when you walk in.
Why is everyone crashing out?
Just recurate your page. That's not your book that you want, so just pick a different book.
Welcome back to another episode of Mean Girl Pod.
You got your monster matching your shirt today?
I was just gonna say, I swear to God, I do not do this on purpose, but I subconsciously match my monster to my clothes every single time.
No, my rec. Okay, so my rec this week is a podcast episode by Jay Shetty, and he's talking about this, how it's actually not a coincidence. It's like because you like put on black and white, then you like had black and white on the mind, so then you started seeing more black and white, and I think that's actually why you picked the monster.
That actually is so true, because when I was looking at the monsters, I could choose from the white Monster Ultra, the guava, or the blue Hawaiian, and the white stood out to me, and I'm sure it's because I had this outfit on.
Yeah, it is. I think it's like because it was on the brain.
And we're gonna
crack her open.
Crack, because I haven't had a white Monster Ultra in months.
You're overdue.
I missed her. She's lovely.
That's your favorite. It's your favorite one. We were talking about Monster last night at dinner. Actually, one of the guys tried the new Ultra, and he was like, "It's so good." And I was like, "It sure is."
The blue one?
Yes.
I think that the blue one is rocking everyone's socks off, because I have not seen so many our DMs are full of people being like blue Hawaiian. So I think it's everyone's favorite this summer or spring. It's only spring.
I know, but the fact that it is spring is wild. Like, oh man, it was a slow start to 2025, but we're in it now.
Such a slow start. Before we get into our roses and thorns, P told me that she wanted to share. So you know how back in the day, I don't know if you knew this, but the Toast was doing this like competition where they were trying to find a new theme song.
I did know this, yes.
Yeah, so then we were like, oh, you know what? We probably should redo our theme song, because we've had the same one forever and we didn't even know what it was. So P told me last night that she made a new one for us, and when she wanted to get our live reaction. So I think she sent it to you to listen to.
Oh, she has it. Okay.
Yeah, she's like, oh, it could be cute to like live react to your new theme song on air. So I was like, okay, cool, let's do it.
Okay, that's cute. So am I playing it into this? Into the mic?
Or yeah, P, what do you want her to do? Play it into the mic or?
I'll just play it into the mic, and then you can hear it, and then I can hear it, I think. Okay, I'm going. Ready?
Alex and Jordyn, besties in your ear, spilling all the tea, bringing laughs and cheer, hot takes and real talk and stories untold, no filter needed unless you're real old. Tune in every Monday with Alex and Jordyn.
I'm assuming we're being pranked. When it started, I was like, oh no, I actually really don't like this. But then I was like, but whatever. And then when I realized we were being pranked, that was a lot better.
Okay, so P told me about this, and she was like, I want you to play this on air, but she like wouldn't tell me what it was. And I was like, oh, I feel like it'll just be like funny music. I was not expecting a child singing. Whose voice is that?
I think it's her voice, but like you use like something, right? Okay, yeah, she's saying it's her voice. Yeah. Oh my God, no filter needed unless you're old.
I'm like, are we listening to Tate's TV or kids show right now? I'm dead.
Yeah, safe to say we hate it.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I was not expecting to hear our names.
Audio final prank. That's what it's called.
Funny.
Okay, is there another one? No, that's it. Okay, that's our only one. I was like, oh no, this is going to be awkward. Not awkward, but I was going to have to tell you it's like not my favorite.
If she was serious, would you have been like, no, we're not using that?
Yeah, I would just be like, I just don't think you would miss. You're just like, yeah, I guess.
Oh my God, I'm dead. Anyways, what are your roses and thorns of the week?
Well, my roses, okay, so it's not really like a rose, but I like enjoyed learning about it. So I guess that's a rose. So there's this thing called the Ikea theory, which is where if you and I both walked into a room and there was like a desk sitting there and you were like, oh, that's cool. But I was like, oh my God, that desk is beautiful. And so you would be like, okay, well, why did they have such a different reaction? But the reason I had the reaction is because I built the desk. And so like I had 2 hours in like schlepping building the desk, which is like, obviously the IKEA theory is we just walk past this furniture all the time that's built in somebody's house. And we're like, that's pretty. But the person that built it's like, no, it's awesome. Like, look at it. It took me so many hours. And so the IKEA theory is sometimes how you can get in your own way because you've put time towards something and like you think it's so awesome, but maybe not everybody else does, but you become really attached to it because of the amount of time you spent doing it. And so I got this all from my rec podcast that I'm going to talk about at the end, but basically Jay Shetty's like, okay, so zoom out and realize like it's okay to let go. Like there's power in letting go of something, even though you spent a lot of time on it, but it might not be working. And I thought it was like really fascinating because it's a newfound theory because IKEA hasn't been around that long. So it's called the IKEA theory.
I mean, that must be why I literally have no attachment to anything I own. I don't build anything. And like Pete.
Oh, I was like,
if like furniture wise, to get rid of something, it's like tearing it out of Pete's hand because he builds everything. And I'm like, get rid of it.
Yeah. But I also think it like pertains to if you were going down a career path, like if you went to law school. Okay. And you're like, I spent 5 years. Yeah. 4 years. I think it's 4 years of law school. And then, but at year 3.5, you're like, this isn't my passion. Like, I really want to go into nonprofit. It's like, it's okay because the IKEA theory would tell you like, you don't want to let go of that because you've already like worked so hard on it. But it's like, no, you have to follow your heart and not get so attached to the time you spent on it and pivot.
Yeah, I love that because I think that's why so many people get stuck in their long-term careers and why our parents' generation stayed in careers for so long because they're like, wait, I spent 7 years investing my life into this career and promotions. I can't just move and start from the bottom. It's like, no, you actually can because your happiness is more important.
Totally. Or like a relationship. Like we've been together 5-6 years. I don't want to waste that time. And it's like, no, it's okay. It's not, and it's also not wasted time. Like there's something to be, I always think, gained from it.
Yeah, I don't think there's such thing as wasted time. And I feel like you've brought that up before on the podcast, and I like that mindset of there's just no such thing. I will say this. I agree. There is no such thing as wasted time. However, I did go and get this ponytail extension the other day. I saw that on your Instagram story.
When I left, the ponytail itself, beautiful, and I absolutely love it. But I did think to myself, like, so I love extensions because I've had them so many times and I'm all for it. But now being a mom, I was like, I don't get that 2 hours back. Like that is not a good use of time anymore.
Wait, so did it take long to actually get it installed into your hair or just like in line to get it?
Guys, we have 30% off for you on the Blissy Silk pillowcase. I wish I knew about this sooner because it has been such a game changer, especially when it comes to preserving my hair thinning, and your skin. Sleeping on satin is not good for you, but sleeping on silk, especially Blissy Silk, is a complete and total game changer. It eliminates frizz, it preserves hairstyles, and it protects color-treated hair. Dermatologist tested and recommended. It's clinically proven not to clog pores, unlike cotton, okay? So there are so many reasons we should all be sleeping on silk. I even have Tate started on silk. Also, it promotes better sleep. It's easy to care for. It's machine washable. There's over 70 colors to pick. And there's the new Wicked and Harry Potter line. That's a reason they were voted the most loved gift of 2024. So you guys get in on the action. Because you're a listener, Blissy is offering 60 nights risk-free plus an additional 30% off when you shop at blissy.com/meangirlpod. That's Blissy, BLISSY.com/mean pod and use promo code MEANPOD to get an additional 30% off. Your skin and hair will thank you later. No, the whole shebang was 2 hours round trip. Like getting there was like, you had to get in and like wait and then do the stylist, and it was a lovely experience. It's just like I have to be a lot more selective with my time now, and that there's no extensions happening for me in the near future.
Yeah, no, I feel like with every kid you have to be extremely more strict about how you spend your time.
Yeah, like manicures, those are on the approved list. I love those. Those facials, that's a good use of time. But like hair, that one wasn't it. I could get my hair highlighted, but like no, it was a good lesson to learn though. I was like, whoa, don't do that again.
I'm dead. Wait, so IKEA was your rose, right?
Yeah, it's like a rose because I enjoyed the lesson. What's your rose?
I like that though. I really like that lesson. So my rose was this past weekend I went to I went to Miami, but like I went to visit one of my friends, and she technically lives like kind of in the middle of Fort Lauderdale and Miami, so it was Miami, but we went to both areas. And I have to say, I have you been to Fort Lauderdale before?
Yes, but a very long time ago, but yes.
Really loved Fort Lauderdale. I was very pleasantly surprised with how much I liked it. But my rose is, and it's also kind of a thorn, I stayed up till 4 a.m.
I could not believe my eyes.
I was like, who is she? I haven't stayed up past 11 p.m. in maybe 2 years. Even on New Year's Eve, I don't even make it past midnight.
So what were you doing?
So we went to dinner, but okay, this also is crazy. We went to dinner at 10 p.m. That was our dinner reservation.
That's that Miami proper, that's their thing.
When my friend told me that, I was like, it was going to be a dinner at 10 p.m. packed. Everyone was at dinner at 10 p.m.
The whole state.
Because when we got there, me and my friend got there, and we went to the beach, and I was kind of looking at my clock, and I was like, I feel like we should be getting back to your apartment soon. Like, it's already 4:30. Like, dinner's probably at like 6, and then it was a little bit longer, and I was like, so what time, like, what's the plan for tonight? And she was like, oh, so I made a dinner reservation at 10, and I was like, okay. But, and then we went to this place called Sugar. Have you ever heard of that or been there?
I've heard of it. I've never been there, but I've seen photos of it. Like, I know exactly what we're talking about.
So it's a rooftop bar in Brickell, and it was so much fun. And I don't know, I think in Florida, I just have so much more energy. And also it's like the warm weather, the happiness. So I was able to stay up to 4 a.m., which is wild for me. But with that being said, part of my thorn is that I am still paying the consequences. I am sleep deprived beyond belief, and I probably will be for 2 more weeks.
You're like, I cannot recover. Okay, let me ask you this though. Was it worth it?
Oh, it was so worth it.
Okay. And then what else was I going to ask you? Oh, so do you guys eat at the 10 o'clock slot? Like, because then you kind of have to have like a lunch, dinner, and then dinner. If dinner's at 10, like I would be very hungry at the 6 o'clock area.
So we had lunch. I guess it would be dinner at 4:30, which held me over till 10 p.m. If I wouldn't have had I had like a pub sub from Publix. I don't know if no, you probably never had one because they're like filled with gluten and dairy.
I know what they are though.
There's Publix subs are incredible, but if we had that, and that thankfully held me over, and then we went to, I think it's called Coco's. It's a Mexican restaurant.
Okay, I don't know it.
So good. It was in man, I can't remember any of the names of the little pockets in Miami, but I know it was by Sadel's in Miami.
Oh, the fashion. Sadel's is in the shopping area. Oh my God, Design District.
Oh, okay. It was in a really, really cute area. Yeah, so dinner at 10, stayed up to 4. Two of my girlfriends that I was with, they were like, we truly never thought we would see the day that Jordyn would be staying up till 4 a.m. And I was like, and I didn't even complain.
Where did you go then? Like, where'd you go after?
We were at Sugar the whole time.
Until 4. Does it close at 4?
Well, no, we got picked up. So one of the girls, she's married, her husband picked us up at 3 when it closes. And by the time that we got home and into bed, it was 4.
He picked you up?
I know. He just like is a man who doesn't need sleep. He's like, yeah, I'll just text me. I'll wake up and come get you guys.
What?
Yeah, he is a saint. He was just at home hanging out, and he's like, yeah, I'll just come pick you guys up.
Oh my God, that's literally incredible. Okay, so you had a great ride home.
And I didn't realize this, but Miami, when was the last time you've been to Miami?
Not that long ago. Oh, well, no, I never went pregnant. Okay, so a year ago, I went last December, like around Christmas, remember?
Yes. So The traffic in Miami is so bad now. Was it like that last year when you went?
No, but I never like left like my area. So I guess I could see that.
I mean,
I like don't mind though. If I'm in good weather, I will sit in the traffic.
it's just, it really makes you think twice about your next plan, because it's kind of like LA where you can't just like quick jump to XYZ. Like you kind of have to stay in your pocket, because every single destination we went to was 45 minutes to an hour to get to, and we were talking like
Whoa.
20 miles max.
Wow. Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was like that. But I guess that was because you were going Fort Lauderdale, Miami.
Yeah, like
Fort Lauderdale's right on top of it, right?
yeah, so she
obviously.
lives right outside of Miami, but it's like so far outside where it's also really close to Fort Lauderdale. But we went to South Beach, and it was like maybe like a 45-minute drive.
Okay. That's honestly really nice to live there and like have that access to if you wanted to like go do a fun weekend. Oh, let me tell you this though. I get my Miami itch, and I have it right now. Bad.
I'm surprised. I mean, I know you like just had tape, but I'm surprised you and Harrison haven't made like a surprise trip to Miami.
I think we're gonna go in March or April. We're like trying to figure out. That's like I don't know why that's my number one spot I want to go, but that's. Oh, do you know where else I want to go?
Where?
Mexico City. Have you been there?
No, but I've heard it's beautiful.
We're not that far from it. A lot of people go from here because there's a direct flight, but I've heard it's just like, because when I think Mexico, I think beach, but I don't ever think I think it's the largest city in North America. Don't quote me on that, but I'm dying to go. I hear the food's incredible, like interior Mexican, and like the shopping is cool, the streets. I would love to go see it.
No, that'd be sick. Wait, why are you guys going? I heard you said you were going to Aspen.
Yes, we have it snuck up on me. Like we have a wedding next week. There.
Oh my gosh. I was going to ask you, not to derail from our thorns, I was going to ask you if you were going there for Harrison's birthday, because today's his birthday.
Today's his birthday. Okay, have you ever thought about this? Like the birthday that you turn is the year you just completed. Like it doesn't actually make sense. So like when because Tate's, 5 months right now. So when she turns 1, she's actually like 1 and some change. Like 1 is the year she just completed.
Oh my God, yeah. Like I've already really been alive for 30 years. Like I'm turning 30, but I've already been alive for almost 30 years before.
Yeah, you're 30.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, I guess I've been on this planet 30 years already.
Yeah, it's like wild to think about. We actually kind of have the birthdays wrong.
Is he turning 36? What are you guys doing? And can you give us a tea? I guess it will already happened by Monday.
I can give you actually all the tea.
Okay.
Okay, so his parents came in town because like they needed to see Tate again, and so I texted his mom. I only gave her like three or 4 weeks notice. But so they came in town last night. And then, so they're here, and we're going to go to like just all he wanted to do was just like go to dinner tonight. So we're going to have the neighbors over, do cake with his parents, and then like go to the steakhouse here. But what I got him was he like needs a new pair of white tennis shoes, just because he's a guy that has a black pair of tennis shoes and a white pair of tennis shoes, and he just wears them both, right? He just goes back and forth. The black ones have survived, the white ones we need a refresh on. So I got him that. And then, those like New Balances, like the popular New Balances, they're like a little chunky.
Yeah.
So he wants a pair of those. I don't know if I love them for guys, but he's mentioned it like 4 or 5 times. So from Tate, he's getting a pair of like the dad New Balances, and that's it. Like we're kind of keeping it simple, but
I love that. The big 3-6.
The big 3-6. I know. 40 will do something like really cool for him, I think.
I forgot. Are you turning 31 or 32?
I also forgot. Wait, I'm turning 32.
Okay.
I'm 31.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like.
Yeah. 100%.
I swear, once someone turns 30, I like, even with Pete, I'm like, I think you're 31, but like, and same with my brother. I'm like, once you turn 30, you're just in your 30s. I don't even think of an age that, I'm like, you're in your 30s.
I know. I'll tell you what though, like you are going to love, I feel like you're going to love your 30s.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It's like the best. So I loved turning 30. 31 was so boring. I was like, okay, but like 30 is so fun.
The other day someone asked me if I was scared to turn 30 and I was like, no, I've been waiting for this moment for so long. Are you kidding me? I feel like I was born a 40-year-old woman that like I'm meant to be old.
You were in your 20s like 2 years too long. Like you were ready.
Yes, I'm ready to have everyone around me go to bed at 9. I'm just like ready. All I do these days is read, walk, and sleep, and I am here for it.
Dear dog lovers, we know you love your pup, and we've got 60% off your first box of the best dog food on the planet. It's called Ollie. Julie's dog, Ginny, is obsessed, and J-Dub's dog, well, it's her parents' dog, but it's basically her dog, Elroy, is also obsessed. J-Dub, talk about it.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Elroy loves this dog food so much. I mean, Elroy loves everything, but he gets so excited when it becomes dinner time because the food is so fresh. And my parents have been seeing progress with his coat. His overall health seems to be better, and he just seems like a happier dog eating Ollie dog food.
And Julie used to cook Ginny's food. Like she would go home and make the food. But now since finding Ollie, because it's so clean and it's such a good product, Ginny has switched to using Ollie, and Julie has saved time. So you guys, when you go to do this, you'll fill out Ollie's 30-second quiz, and they'll create a customized meal plan based on your pup's weight, activity level, and other health info. So it's really a tailored meal for your most precious thing on the planet, which is your dog. You can customize your plan, and what makes Ollie different is Ollie is the only fresh dog food that comes with unlimited routine health screenings, so you can get your pup on track to living their healthiest, happiest life. Dogs deserve the best, and that means fresh, healthy food. Head to ollie.com/mean, tell them about your dog, and use code MEAN to get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a clean bowl guarantee on the first box. So if you're not completely satisfied, you'll get your money back. That's ollie.com/mean and enter promo code MEAN to get 60% off your first box. And on occasion stay up till 4 a.m., but it wrecks you.
And I never will again.
Next 2 weeks. Yeah, like never. What time did you get up?
I slept till 10, which is like pretty good, 6 hours.
Okay, that's at least good.
But can you think of the last time you slept till 10? Because that I couldn't.
No. I mean, sometimes because like we get up, so if I'm up 5 times in the middle of the night, yes, then I will clock it till 10 because I'm trying to make up somewhere. But no, like I haven't slept until 10. No.
In my head, I was like, I'm probably going to wake up at like 7 or 8 just because that's kind of my internal alarm clock. And then I woke up and looked at my phone and I was like, oh my God, I slept till 10. This is awesome.
I mean, that is truly incredible. You'll just need to like add an extra hour. What night was this?
This was Friday. So then I still had all day Saturday and Sunday. And on Saturday, they made me stay up till 11 p.m. And I was even like, all right, girls, we have to go home. I like
cut it out.
I can't. And then the next day when we woke up on Sunday, we were all just like dead.
Energizer bunnies, though, to be able to do that.
I swear.
Are they your age?
Yeah, they're my so my Bumble BFF. One of them moved to Miami a year and a half ago now with her husband, and then the other one of my Bumble BFFs came with me to visit her.
I remember when she moved. That's right.
Yeah,
because I wanted to move too. Good for her. Okay,
yes.
Cool. And now it makes it fun that you go visit her.
Exactly, and yeah, and like we barely even drank. I think I had like 4 glasses of wine on Saturday, and I was like, we're going to bed now.
That's it. Like I've had it. Yeah. What did you drink on Friday?
On Friday, I actually stayed away from wine for most of the day. I had a margarita and then some tequila shots. But Alex, my heartburn is out of this world. Like I have to take a heartburn pill like every single day. And when I drink, it is so bad.
Wait, your heartburn in general's bad or because of the tequila?
So every once in a while, I'll get heartburn bad from drinking. Like wine gives it to me, tequila, like pretty much it's just like, or if I eat a lot of candy, like it's just happens. But on Friday, it acted up because I had a margarita and then a tequila shot. And then I went to Sauvignon Blanc, and I was to the point where I think that's kind of what saved me is I had to stop drinking when we were staying up till 4 because my esophagus was on fire.
Oh, it's like pouring acid down your throat. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and like Pete also gets bad heartburn, and he's the one I always steal the heartburn pills from, and he wasn't there, so I had to wait until Saturday to get it, and I was just like, you guys, I can't consume anything until I get some of these heartburn pills in me.
Oh my God. No, I cannot believe you didn't. I cannot believe you survived without the medicine. Like I would have gone to like a 24-hour something.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about that. I forget that Miami probably has 24-hour places like New York does.
Oh gosh. I mean, I am booking my Miami trip today.
Yeah,
You've got me like on it.
I'm surprised. I like truly, I'm like, I feel like you go there more than any other place. I'm surprised. So yeah, you and Harrison need to go ASAP.
Yeah, you've like totally inspired me. Okay, so that's your rose and your thorn.
Yeah, my other thorn was just I saw a guy eat a chicken wing off of the ground today, which was disgusting.
Stop.
Yeah, I'm like a normal guy. He was just sitting there, his chicken wing fell, and he looked at it for a second and then like thought about it and then ate it.
Ew.
Yeah. I was like, only in New York. What's your thorn?
Oh my God, that is so gross. That's so gross. It just reminds me of 11 because the club in Miami, and they do serve chicken wings, I think at 6 a.m. And when I went there for Sydney's bachelorette party, I remember we got the chicken wings because her number one thing she wanted to do was see the sunrise. And so obviously I was her maid of honor. I was like, we're going to see the sunrise then. And I think it was 5 or 6 a.m. They were like, chicken wings? And I was like, yes. And so we like got our order. We were sitting there on the seats of the club just like eating chicken wings. So that's funny. Little reminder there of the chicken wing. My thorn, okay, so like the housing situation, we still don't have it figured out. But this is my question to you in terms of housing. Would you stay in a house because of your neighbors? Like you loved your neighbors so much. Would you buy the house and stay there, even though do you value that over another house you love more?
Well, how far away is the other house from the neighbors?
15 minutes, like not walkable.
Okay, and like that's actually a big difference because it's amazing how much you see someone more when you can walk to them versus drive.
It's truly unbelievable, like to be a hop, skip, and a jump away. And then let me say this too: if the neighbors didn't live on this street, I don't know if we would like love our location. But right now, I say I'm obsessed with it, but I really think that they make a big difference in that.
Oh gosh, that's a really tough question. I mean, your community is so important. And like when I think of my childhood, neighbors are the first people that I think of. And like that was our whole world. Like my best friends were my neighbors. My parents' best friends were our neighbors. Every single thing we did was in our neighborhood, in our cul-de-sac. And it's so hard to find good neighbors these days that I feel like if I love the community and the neighbors, I might stay in the house.
It's so funny that you say that. I've never thought about it. Like, I don't know. I've been thinking about this nonstop, but I never thought about my neighbors growing up. I still remember them. They were my best friends. We would all they were our same age, whereas like our kids are the same age. So that's a really good point, actually.
And your nanny share is huge. And the fact that like you can walk Tate over to the neighbor's house to watch her and vice versa. Like that is insane that you have that type of support system this early on where you live.
And like, you think a 15-minute drive might not matter, but we pick her up at 4 if she's over at their house. Like I can leave at 3:57.
Yeah, like you don't have time to get in a car with her, make sure she gets all strapped. It takes you like 20 minutes just to get all her stuff into the car.
Yeah, like that actually wouldn't really work. So this is good. Okay. So yes, we would. we would stay because of the neighbors.
Do you have the option to stay in that house?
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do.
It's hard. I mean, I get it though, because like I get your concerns with your house, but also just like to find a good neighborhood and support system is huge and so rare these days. I like don't know anyone who's like, I love my neighbors.
No, totally. And I like it's not lost on me what the jackpot we hit.
Yeah, like my parents love their neighbors, and I truly don't think that they would love their house in Florida as much as they do without them.
Wow. I mean, it does make a huge difference. Like you can love your house all you want, but wouldn't you rather love the people you live by?
Yeah. Like they play pickleball with them. They do Super Bowl parties, New Year's Eve parties, house parties. They meet up and like we'll go to the pool together. Like I genuinely don't think that they would be happy. Like, they love their life in Florida, but I think 50, 60, 70% of it is because of their neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This is I guess all I needed to do was talk about it out loud. That's hopefully the best case scenario is we find a house here near them that's different than this. Like, that's obviously best case scenario, but we found a house we loved and like it was really far away and they kept going down on the price and we were like, no, we like can't buy that. But we like loved it.
How's the housing market in Austin right now?
It's pretty stale, like stiff. There's a lot on the market, but I think because of interest rates, people just like aren't biting right now. And everyone just bought. So when everyone moved here in COVID, it skyrocketed. So everybody that bought then that would sell now, they'd be selling it, for a loss. And so I think that's what's going on with this house.
And are you guys set on buying or would you rent again?
We would rent again, whichever one we found first in a good location that we loved, like we would do.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see. Keep
see.
you posted.
We'll keep you posted on this moving podcast.
Yeah, this is a moving podcast. I want to know about your NYC influencer thing. Who doesn't love the finer things in life, especially at a good price? You guys know we are obsessed with Quince. I will not stop talking about my cashmere black sweater that is literally my staple in my closet. I will take it everywhere with me. I'm going to Aspen next week and it's coming in the bag. It's the first thing I packed because the quality of Quince is the same quality as other expensive cashmere sweaters I've bought, but it is a fraction of the price. And the way they're able to do that is they cut out the middleman. And so they're able to pass on the savings to their customers, but it's the same quality as real cashmere sweaters because it is real cashmere sweaters. So Quince offers a range of high quality items at prices within reach, like 100% Mongolian cashmere sweaters from $50, washable silk tops, washable, and dresses, organic cotton sweaters, and 14-karat gold jewelry. You guys, their stuff looks so high quality. You will be shocked that at that price, you're able to get these things. So give yourself the gift of luxury that you deserve with Quince. Go to quince.com/mean for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/mean to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/mean.
Okay, so have you seen the TikTok about NYC influencers are boring?
No.
Okay, so I think this happened a couple days ago. Oh yeah, do you want to watch the TikTok first?
I think so. Do we mind?
Watch. Yeah, totally watch it.
Okay.
All right, guys, I'm just going to say it. I hate all of the New York influencers. I think that they're boring as fuck, and they're all carbon copies of one another. They all wear the same exact fucking bracelets. They all have the same exact fucking hand chains that someone else influenced them to get. Yeah. They all look like they shop on Revolve. They're all just like basic ass skinny, but they're skinny and pretty, so stuff looks cute on them, but boring. No hate. They just bore the fuck out of me. Does anyone else agree? Like, I feel like they should be the influencees, not the influencers. I don't know. Not even the New York ones. Just like all the, like, these girls. They all get panic attacks. They all shop on Revolve. They all boring. Let me know if anyone agrees.
Who gets panic attacks? So what?
So I saw this TikTok when she posted it, and I just like laughed, scrolled past it, and then I think it was like Friday when I was in Miami, and then all of a sudden by Sunday, it was like the world was ending. I was like, somehow her video blew up. All of the influencers saw it and were like commenting about it, and I was like, oh my god! And now it's like all over everyone's For You page, but. It's so interesting because I feel like there's such a split, and she like brought up a conversation of like, it's like a two-part conversation. Like, one, if you have a problem with like a certain type of influencer, you have the right and the choice to change your For You page and choose who you give a platform to, like try engaging in like different types of people's contents and different creators, give smaller creators or more diverse creators a platform. And then also another part of the conversation was that brands need to be held more accountable and work with new and diverse creators. So I think she has every right to her opinion, but I'm also sitting here and it's like, to the people who are complaining about influencers, it's like, then give other people the platform. Like, that's the cool thing about a consumer is you have the opportunity to give people a platform. So instead of complaining and giving the people you don't like more publicity, like, reach out and like, comment, subscribe, share other people's content.
Yeah, like search something niche in the search bar and then like follow that, I guess, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like I do find a lot of influencers' content boring. My whole For You page is like true crime, book talk, spooky, scary stories, like, because I curate to what I'm interested in. So it's like, if you don't like what you see, bring someone else to the top.
Totally. And it's funny, like, for example, on the algorithm, like I never even saw that video. Now I'm going to get served probably some of the other videos because I watched it. But like then your feed became that. Like I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah. And as soon as I saw that video too, I actually started to be more conscious about saying what I'm interested and not interested on TikTok, because the most influencers, just like generic, basic, like New York City or not, like the fashion-y influencers aren't super interesting to me because I don't like fashion. So
Right.
I'm like, I don't love consuming their content. I'll follow them. I follow a lot of them to support them because I'm like, we live in the same city. But like, they're not the creators I think of when I think of entertainment on the app and the people I follow.
Well, yeah, I think that's the beauty of like just recurate your page. Like, I don't know. You can just, it's like that's not your book that you want. So just pick a different book.
Yeah. Also, like, the New York City influencers scare the crap out of me. Like, they terrify me.
I don't even like know who we're referring to. I'm sure like there was people like listed in this that are maybe like specifically, but I always just think like when you go to the bookstore, there's obviously like the best sellers and like the ones that are like displayed out, but that doesn't mean it's like the book for everyone. You just pick a different book.
Yeah, and like pick a new niche. Like, I'm sure your TikTok is mainly like mommy creators and like mom talk.
Yeah, I get a lot of mine's like motherhood tips.
Yeah, and like mine is like so much book talk. So it's like just pick and also start, like I said, engaging with a diverse group of people, or a smaller creator, or a creator that you think deserves a platform. Like,
yeah, interesting. And I'm sure she posted that thinking like 2,000 people would see it,
right?
And then like it just hit a something for some people, and it just popped off.
Yeah, a lot of the New York City influencers were responding to it, and responding in like different ways, like not so nice ways. And it's just like, geez, I like didn't think that everyone would see that. And I also didn't think anyone would be that upset about that video. It was wild. I was like, why is everyone crashing out?
Yeah. Also, there's no problem if you shop at Revolve,
Right?
Like,
I love Revolve.
yeah, like I don't see an issue. I'm sorry you have panic attacks. I don't love that for anybody, but like I get it. I've had them plenty. So yeah, dang. Okay.
Speaking of people who aren't liked on the internet, I have an update for you.
What?
So remember how, I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, you said that you think Anna Kendrick does like Blake Lively, or that they're good?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I saw what you saw.
Did you see her on the South by Southwest? I think it was the red carpet.
Yes, where they asked her, how's it working with Blake? She goes, oh, and kept walking.
Yeah, or when they were like, how has it been working with Blake with everything that's been going on with her? And she was like, oh my gosh, I took ashwagandha, so I don't remember the past year of my life. I was like,
she was like deflecting left, right, and center. But there was this video where somebody said, how was it working with Blake? And she literally kept walking, goes, oh,
right? So I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I don't think she likes her.
But did Blake file a new lawsuit?
Yes. Yeah, yesterday, so as of the 11th of March, she is suing Justin Baldoni again.
For what now?
Oh God, I have the TikTok on here if you want to play it, but it's like 400. Could be totally wrong if you want to quick play it.
It's $400 more million, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's play it. Let me see.
Hold up, wait a minute. What in the is going on here? Apparently Blake Lively over here and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, from what I gather, let me just kind of put this together. They are now suing Justin Baldoni, I get it, for $400 million over text privacy. They want their texts to be private, okay? This, if I have this right, if I have this right, none of this would have started without Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. So the fact that he, Justin Baldoni, is doing everything in his power to not only defend himself, but also to make sure he takes them to the bank and also have some sort of justice in this situation. Now you're going to try to come back, and so this is going to be a never-ending snowball.
So, didn't they leak her texts? Didn't they leak his text first?
Yeah, like I can't keep track, and I'm just like, it's almost like they keep suing for things that they've already done in the past to Justin. But then when he does it back, then they sue.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's giving, I don't know the right word, but like, it's not good. It's just, I can't put my finger on it, but it's not sitting well.
No. Oh my gosh. Also another thing with Blake Lively. Did you see the thing about how people are thinking she hired paid actors to come up to her on the red carpet?
Yes, because she went to the same guy 4 times.
Yes. And they think that Blake hired this guy, probably other people, to act like fans because, yeah, she kept like talking to him and he kept like playing this role of being a super fan, and people were like, this is so weird.
Yeah, I saw that. It's just odd. I just like all of it, instead of like going into not even hiding, but just like taking a breath, it's like coming out stronger, being like, there is no problem. And it's like, just kind of read the room. That's what I want to say. That's kind of like take a pulse a bit. It's not, you can't just keep going. You do sort of, I think public facing need to be like, take a step back or something.
I know. And I thought that Anna Kendrick said that she didn't want to do any press for this new Simple Favor movie, but maybe the South by Southwest wasn't really press. But that's why I thought that she didn't want it in the theaters, because she didn't want to go to press tour.
I know. It's confusing. I think she's in a hard spot. I feel sorry for her.
I do too. I am really excited to see this movie though.
I know. I'm going to watch it too. I did start watching, drawing a blank, the Kate Hudson.
Oh, Running Point.
It's so good.
Isn't it so cute? And they have the best cast.
It is just the happiest, best show ever.
What episode are you on?
3.
Okay. So you still have a ways
4.
to go.
Yeah, but I do. I have a ways to go, but like I'm loving it.
I know we've said this a million times, but I just love that group of actors, and I really missed her on screen.
Oh my gosh. I missed her on screen too. I think she looks great. Her energy's good. I think she would be fun to work with. I love her. And I don't forget that she's Goldie Hawn's daughter, but I love that she is Goldie Hawn's daughter. I think it's really cute.
Does she age? Because she looks so good.
Oh, she looks incredible. I know. Yeah, no, I don't think she ages. How old is she?
I mean, yeah, let me know, because I would assume like either upper 40s or low 50s.
45.
Oh, okay. So she's really young.
Kate Gary Hudson.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you who she's married to, but I think she has kids.
So she has 3 kids. She was married to Chris Robinson for 7 years, but they got divorced. And now, it's saying Danny Fujikawa. They're engaged, it says.
Is he is he just like a regular person, or?
Danny Fujikawa.
Sounds important with that last name.
He's a musician. He's 38 years old. It doesn't appear that he has kids. Yeah, they proposed. He proposed in 2021. Okay.
Oh, love.
Yeah, so that's what's going on with Kate.
Okay, very cool. Love to see it. Love her so much.
Do we want to get into our topic?
Yeah, let's do it. So,
okay.
This week we are talking about how to keep the spark alive in your relationship.
Keep that romance flowing. Okay, I'm excited about this. Did you ask Pete?
Yeah, so that's what I was going to ask you. Do you want to chat about, which part do you want to chat about first?
Well, so my favorite thing is the roommate phase. Like, that's my favorite thing. Like, I do think, because I just think, I love us talking about it through the lens, because I think it's like, I can kind of provide when you have a baby, because a lot of people say when you have a kid, get ready for your relationship to go out the window, because it's like all hands on deck. And so I like that lens. Which one do you like? You guys know we absolutely love Skims. And guess what I did, J-Dub, last week?
What?
I went to the Domain here in Austin. I went to the Skims store and I bought new bras.
Oh my God. I didn't know they had a skim store in Austin. That's sick.
Yeah, they do. So I went there and I got bras because we both have their Fits Everybody thong, their Fits Everybody scoop bralette, and I was like, I need to add more into the equation here, and that's how obsessed I am with it. Oh, I'm wearing their zip up right now too.
Cute. I love that. I was actually going to compliment you on that because I love it.
Thank you. They have the best basics, you guys. We just ordered a strapless bra today from them. What did you order? Did you do strapless?
No, I did I think it was the teardrop bra.
Yes, the teardrop bra.
Yeah.
Their bras, they are so comfortable. You feel like it's when you come home sometimes and you're wearing a non-Skims bra, you take it off and you're like, oh, I'm so glad I have that off. With the Skims bras, you can wear them all day, every day. They are truly so comfortable, you guys. So shop Skims best intimates, including the Fits Everybody collection and more at skims.com and Skims New York flagship on 5th Avenue. After you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. You guys, I'm telling you, get in on the action because Skims is so comfortable. The quality is so good. The colors are incredible. You need to add it to your wardrobe.
No, I like that lens too because I don't want to give advice because our listeners actually submitted some advice that's really cute that I kind of want to save towards the end. So I do really like the lens of how to avoid or get out of the roommate phase because I think that it's inevitable that everyone probably enters that because it's just aka getting comfortable living with your partner.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember this, but we were talking to somebody, you were with me. And I think I was like, how's your wife? And he was like, oh, we're just like ships passing in the night. And because they had just had their second baby. And I thought, I never want to do that. I never want to be like ships passing in the night. It made me like really sad, but I think it's something that totally comes, obviously. Like everyone goes through that phase. It's impossible to keep the spark alive 24/7.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I think when you're like what we're about to talk about is going to help you avoid it, but also too if you're struggling in that phase, like what we're going to talk about will help you get out of it because it just takes a little work from you and your partner to do just a little like a little something for each other.
Let me ask you this. I once had a friend who, this is actually wild, but every Wednesday they had like a reminder go off to like be intimate. What do you think about that?
Okay, so for my brain, I don't think that would work well because I'm like so like anal about calendars and time that I feel like it would become like too routine. Like I'd almost become robotic. Like I feel like I am better with intimacy when it's more spontaneous.
I agree. And I also think that it's a good thing. I'm really actually curious to hear the advice that people wrote in because like that really interests me. But I do think it's important to like have it to the forefront, prioritizing your relationship, but not. I do think it could work for some people. I'm with you though. It wouldn't work for me.
What do you and Harrison do? I kind of have like two questions for you. One, like what do you and Harrison do to keep the spark alive in your relationship? And have you noticed like it being harder now that Tate's here, or like have you had to work harder at it now that Tate's here?
So one thing I noticed we would do is we would be like, because everyone says prioritize having a date night. So we got in this rut for a while where like we'd schedule a date night. We'd be like, okay, Thursday night we're going to go to dinner. And then we did it like 2 or 3 times where we would cancel the sitter and then we would take her. And it's because we just like didn't want to be away from her. And it's just like a lot of effort to get dressed and like go. But when you take her, as sweet and special as it is to have her, one of you is always holding her. So like you're not sitting talking. And so that time, it's not just the two of you. And so one thing that we've had to prioritize, we've only done it like 2 or 3 times, is like date night for us. Truly like go put your phone up. Like on Valentine's Day, we went to a no phone restaurant. It's cool. They take it from you when you walk in.
I love
and it was
that.
so much. It was so fun because it was like him and I sitting there talking. And I think that that's something that's really important to actually prioritize when you have a baby and not take the baby to do that.
Yeah. And I also think too, it's easy to keep the spark alive when you're dating and you live in different places because you always have to make an effort to see one another, to go over to the other's place. But once you move in with someone, you kind of forget. Like when you're dating, you're like, oh, let's just meet at this place. Let's go on this date. But when you live together, it's so easy to just be like, let's just stay in. Let's just like watch TV tonight. Which is something that Pete and I have fallen into when it, like, especially in the winter, like we're both like, okay, we have to make more of an effort to not just sit and watch TV together, like go and not like if we don't want to spend money, like go on a walk or go to the movies, or if we do want to spend money, like go dress up and go to a restaurant, because I mean, I don't think sitting and just watching TV together is bonding time at all. That's like, let's just relax because I've had an exhausting day time.
Yeah, I think it's important to like set it and actually get dressed and go do it.
Yeah.
Like even, I do agree. I don't think, for some reason, I don't know why that is, but like sitting and watching TV, like we'll do that too. Like we'll both like be in bed, like we'll be on our laptops or something. And I'm like, this isn't bonding time. Like, because it's not intentional, I guess. Maybe that's what it is. But what do you and Pete do besides that? Is there something else
That keeps like the spark alive?
Yeah.
So I would say for Pete and I, it's very much so the little things that keeps us in, I don't want to say like the honeymoon phase, but that keeps us in like the lovey-dovey phase. And one of them is, he's really good at this. He is so complimentary and he makes me feel like the most beautiful and loved person every single day. And he's really good about like, well, I guess we both are. I was going to say we're both really good about like asking each other, like, how was each other's day? Like, so when he gets home from work, I have a rule that the first thing I do is no matter what I'm doing, I put my phone or my laptop down and I go up and like hug him and give him a kiss and say hi. And then cause like in my head, I'm like, okay, the phone, that stuff can wait. Cause I feel like it's so important to acknowledge your partner and like do the little things like kiss them goodbye, kiss them goodnight, kiss them hello, hug them. So that's something that I'm very intentional about. And then he'll like go shower, I'll go back to work. And then we both make an effort to spend time together in the evenings where we're like, how was your day? Tell us about your day. Like we don't just go through the whole evening of not speaking and just staring at our phone. And then something that he does that I started doing because of him is whenever one of us leaves for a trip, we always write each other a note. Or like leave
I love that.
sticky notes around the apartment for each other to find. And it's just like a little thing, but it's cute and it keeps the element of like love and surprise there.
Oh, okay. I really love that. Do you know how something happened with Harrison like 3 months ago and he like had launched something and I was like, I didn't really know you were doing that. And that's when I realized like because we had Tate, like we're just like flying everywhere. But like your point you're making of like stopping for 5 minutes. How was your day? What did you do? What's new? What are you excited about? What are you working on? Like things like that are so, I think we take the time for granted. Like I noticed I went to this barbecue with a bunch of people the other day and the people I talked to the least were the people I was closest to, right? I talked to everybody else because I was just like, I know them, like we're all good. But then I realized halfway through, I was like, no, I want to go sit and talk to like the neighbors, for example, and like really spend quality time with them. And I think sometimes because you live with somebody, you just assume you know what's going on, but you really don't because we get so busy if you don't stop and like make intentional exchanges.
Yeah, they say it's like a famous statistic or fact or whatever that says if you kiss your partner, like your husband, that the fact is a husband, but it would be boyfriend too. If you kiss your boyfriend goodbye, they live like 5 years longer or something.
Oh, because they're happy or something. They feel loved.
Yeah, there's something about a man who gets a kiss goodbye in the morning that makes him live longer. I don't know, it was wild, but it made me realize like if Pete walks through the door and I just go hi and put my head down, I'll just continue to keep doing that. But then, I don't know, just there's something about being acknowledged when you haven't seen someone all day. That just makes them feel more special.
Well, and it's what I said actually, like now that you're saying this because you're making a routine out of it. I think I said it like 4 or 5 episodes ago, but it was a Jay. I guess I'm on my guy Jay Shetty right now. But he said small habit, big priority. And it's like the thing, like, so even when your partner does come home, like stopping, putting your phone up and like, or giving them a kiss, like making that a must. I do think it then becomes a routine.
Yeah, and Pete and I are very much homebodies where we both like to stay in and be home, but like I can acknowledge that that might not be very special. So I think doing the little things does help keep the spark alive, because as much as like we need to go and do dates, the more I think about it, especially in the winter, we don't do it as often. And that's fine for us because like we just love being home. So for our relationship, the little things seem to work well. And it sounds like, did you say for you guys, you do like date nights?
Prioritizing date nights, but also one thing that we've had to do too is like, because it's all tater, right? Is like stopping and talking, between the two of us, which is like, and I love it. Like I look forward to it when I sit and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be you and I. We're just gonna like sit here and chat for a while. It's like my favorite part of the day.
Yeah.
There was I just remember this. There was some CEO, like I don't know who it was. I don't think it was Ray Dalio, but it was somebody. And they said every Tuesday, even if everything is on fire at the office and we could be selling for $1 billion, right? But every Tuesday, 6 p.m., like every screen's off, everything's shut, and he's going home and he's going to dinner with his wife. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like and everybody knows in the office too. Like there is nothing, no problem big enough that would keep him from that. And I always really admired that. And I always thought about how I had a boss back whenever we lived out in Orange County, and his wife knew like not to abuse this, right? But like if she called, he was answering no matter what meeting we were in. And I always thought that was really cool. Like so if she had a different ring, and like he would step outside and he's like, no matter what's going on, I'm taking that call. And I always thought that was really sweet. It always made me respect those people.
I really love that. I saw a video of a girl on TikTok. This was a while ago, but she said that something her and her husband do is every single night between 8 and 9, they have no phone time, where they put their phones down and they don't watch TV even. They like intentionally talk to each other. And she's like, that has shaped our relationship and changed it for the better. And because then it also allows them to be more intentional, because they know before that hour and after that hour they can go back to work or watching TV or this or that. So they don't have to multitask being on their phone and having a conversation. Because I know I've fall victim to that, where Pete will be having a conversation with me and I'll just be like on my phone doing the same thing because I don't know the next time I'll get a second. Where if I know I'm having an hour of complete quality time with him, I can get all my phone stuff done before and after that.
Yeah, and like nothing, it's such a good point, because nothing is that important to like pick it up, right? Like, oh, but we can make so many excuses. Like, let me just Google it. It's like, you don't need to. We don't need it. And so I love like a blackout, no phone time.
Yeah. When I was in Miami, actually, I saw this couple sitting at a table next to us, and they were on their phone. They were like our age, and they were on their phone the entire time. And I was talking about this with my friends. I was like, that is so embarrassing. I never want to be that couple who is sitting out to dinner with each other, eating and drinking, but not even talking or looking at one another.
Yeah, that is like so too bad, because you might as well just be on like another planet. Like when you're on your phone just like scrolling, it just takes you, it's so out of the moment.
Yeah. What would you say if like how would you handle a partner who isn't committed to keeping the spark alive in a relationship?
I mean, that's bad. That's
I kick him to
sad.
the curb.
I honestly think I would. I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, well, if you're not keeping the spark alive, what are you doing? Like just existing?
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like people think they have to be this crazy big gestures, but it's like, no, keeping the spark alive is truly like the small things that, or what did you say that Jay Shetty said? The
little things, big priority.
Yeah, they're just little things you do to your partner throughout the day. Even sending them like a I love you text message in the middle of the day. Just make them feel special.
No, seriously, that is a massive game changer. Okay, I guess this is what I would say to my partner then. I would say, okay, well, would you be down to make one small change? There, that's what I would say. And then that one change is ask 5 minutes when we both get home, 5 minutes of no phone time, and like talk, just sitting and talking to each other about our day.
Yeah, I love that.
Small step. What would you say to them?
I think I would try to show them that it doesn't have to be like, we don't have to go out once a week on a date night and spend hundreds of dollars. It would be like, hey, when we have dinner together every night, can we just put our phones down and sit and talk? Or do you want to go on a walk with me a couple times a week where we just have a conversation? And if they're like, no way, I'd be like, you're not my person.
Right. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, they have to make you a priority and make the relationship a priority. That's
Yeah.
like so important, I feel like.
Do you want to read the listener advice on how to keep the spark alive?
Yes, I'm like dying.
It's
Okay.
really cute.
Okay,
there's
one,
4.
One, and one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, ready? I'm going to read the first one.
Okay.
Staying intentional about dedicating time for each other. Also, you don't always have to have sex to keep the spark alive. A random makeout session in the kitchen, cuddling before bed, or a foot massage while watching TV are small ways that help my husband and I of almost 7 years feel connected to one another. Absolutely love it.
I loved that she said that you don't have to have sex to keep the spark alive, because to me, keeping the spark alive is so much more than physical. It's like that intimacy of emotional connection.
Totally with you.
Number 2, by asking each other questions and being curious about the other person. Sometimes on date night, we'll just get takeout and do these date night question cards like, tell me about a time in your life that you were the most scared. I think part of people's relationships failing is when you start to believe that you can't learn anything new about that person.
I mean, I think that's actually a really good point, because as well as you know somebody, I do think we skip over, like, when is the time that you were most scared? Like something like that, you know, the obvious questions.
Yeah, and you should never, no matter how well you know your partner, you should never assume anything about them. So, like, if they say they had a bad day at work, don't assume you already know the answer because they've had a million bad days at work. Like, dig a little, ask a question, make them feel like you're curious about their day in life.
Yeah, you would also, like, if you told me you had a bad day, I would ask you why. So, like, you know, the way you treat a friend with curiosity and things, yeah, you should do that to your partner.
I just really loved when she said that you can't think that you can't learn more about the person you're with. I was like, that's so true.
It's so true. Okay, number 3. Say thank you even for the little things. We expect our significant other to do a lot of things for us without asking. Saying thank you lets him know what he's done for me isn't unnoticed or unimportant. I started it and now he does it too. After 3 years, we cherish each other so much. It's so small but changes the whole dynamic of the relationship, especially being in your mid-20s. Amen to that. Just a simple thank you and gratitude.
Feeling appreciated is so huge.
And I do think too, once one person starts something, I do think like it does create like a standard in the relationship when you're like, thank you for doing that. Then of course they're going to thank you back.
Yeah.
I think it's good. Yeah.
Okay, number 4. You have to change things up. Places you go, scheduling surprises, making sure you hug each other when you get up in the morning and before you go to bed at night. Kiss each other goodnight before you turn off the light. Set the mood. Make each other feel special and loved every day. I love that.
And these aren't, I absolutely love it too. These aren't like, that doesn't take 5 hours. Like, we are talking a kiss and a hug.
None of these cost money. None of them are time consuming. None of them take like effort. Like, they are such small things to incorporate in your daily life.
I totally agree. Yeah, I really like all these. I like this episode too because it feels like it's like motivating. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go like implement.
And it's for everyone, like all ages. It doesn't matter if you're married, in a relationship, you just had a baby. Like, everyone can benefit from this.
Totally. Do we want to do the I might be the asshole?
Yeah, I feel like we haven't had one, or we haven't done a listener question or am I the asshole in so long, and this one's a good one.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
I might be the asshole. Okay, a group of friends and I were going to a concert out of town. One friend had to work, so we had an extra ticket. I had bought and paid for all the tickets up front, and everyone reimbursed me, $65 each. That week, a friend from that town messaged me saying she missed me, so I told her we had an extra ticket and invited her to the concert. Before the concert, everyone asked what they owed me and started sending me money for the tickets. She never mentioned it. The next day, she talked about buying tickets to another concert, so I said, okay, yeah, did you want to Venmo me for last night's ticket or just pay cash? She responded, oh, I thought since you said you had an extra ticket, you were giving it to me. I apologized for the misunderstanding and explained that I had still paid for the ticket myself, but if she couldn't pay me, it was fine. She said she'd pay me on her next payday, and she did, but things have been awkward between us ever since. I can't help but wonder, am I the asshole?
I mean, I don't think you're the asshole at all, but I think you need to be so upfront in these situations, because everyone will assume something is free until they're told it's not. And if you wait too long, aka after the concert, that's when people get frustrated.
I think so too. And if somebody's like, the wording is a little like I have an extra ticket, is a little confusing. But then if I'm ever receiving any ticket, I always say, what do I owe you? And then if the person's like, we got them for free, then they'll say that.
Yeah, like there's nothing worse than when you're out with friends and they're like, oh, I got this round, and then 3 days later you get the Venmo and you're like, wait a second, I thought that you said you got that round, but why are you Venmo requesting me?
Right, that's very different, like, language. No, I totally agree. I just think you always have to say, what do I owe you? And then if it is a gift, the person will say, oh, it's all good, I got it. Like, I do think the communication here was just a bit unclear.
Yeah, because she might have denied the ticket if she knew it was $65. And that's why, too, as someone giving the ticket, you need to make sure that the person you're giving it to knows so they can make sure that they can afford it.
Yeah, you literally just say it's $65. Is that okay? ? And then she could be like, no, I'll just catch you guys afterwards. Because she might have also, since she messaged her and said she missed her, like she might have just wanted to hang out with her, you know, and like she might not have necessarily like gone to this concert.
Exactly. Yeah, so I don't think anyone's an asshole. I think it's just like miscommunication, and like with this type of thing, you just have to be so upfront. Lay all the cards out.
I totally agree. But I also think like if somebody says pay me back, like I don't think let it get awkward. I do hate that. Hopefully that they can just get over this.
I agree. Rec time?
Okay, you go. Oh, but I'm so excited about the season 2 situation.
Okay, so I have a couple recs, but first, the one I wanted to tell you, because I didn't know if you knew this, but Secret Life of Mormon Wives season 2 comes out May 15th. I did not know that until yesterday.
So I didn't know it either, but I watched the trailer and I think it looks unbelievable. And they've also just been like wild in on Instagram. I mean, like, I'm like, what is happening? So I cannot wait for that.
I'm like, who's friends with who these days? I couldn't tell you to save my life.
So confused. So can't wait. I think they're going to air it all. So pumped about that.
Okay, so then, but for my recs, I have a book and then a TV show. So the TV show, it's called Grosse Pointe Garden Society. It's on Peacock, and I've only watched one episode, but I really like it because it gives me Desperate Housewife vibes.
Ooh, love that. Okay.
Like the premise is these they become 4 friends, are part of a garden club in like a richer society, and we don't know who or why, but they, in the first episode, are burying a body, and it's like this secret they have together, and it's just like very much so, like I said, that Desperate Housewife vibe.
What was that show? I never watched Desperate Housewives, but speaking of burying a body, what was the Reese Witherspoon and Big Sur?
Pretty Little Lies. No, Pretty Big Lies.
Big Little Lies.
Big Little Lies.
Yes. Is that the same sort of thing?
Kind of. Like 4 people that are rich, don't really know why.
And something happens, a scandal happens.
Yeah.
Okay, love it. That's actually a great rec.
And then my book rec is, so I think a while ago I started telling you that the audience, that I'm getting into dark romance. And I just started and almost finished with this trilogy called the Ruinous Love Trilogy. The first book is Butcher and Blackbird. I don't know if you've heard that or seen it come across. So it's essentially about 2 serial killers who fall in love.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, but it's a trilogy, so there's 3 books, and I'm on the 3rd, and I just love it. It's so fun and goofy, but also like dark and romantic, and it's just like I'm doing audiobook, and the audiobook people are so good with the accents and the voices. I'm really loving it.
Okay, that's a really good rec. 2 serial killers falling in love. Juicy.
Yeah. What about you? What's your rec?
Okay, so mine is it's the Jay Shetty episode that I've referenced a couple of times on here, and the title of it's the mindset shift episode, and it was out on March 7th. So if you guys want to go listen to it, it's like recent, but I thought that would help you find it.
What's it about? Like, can you give us like a little overview?
So basically, he talks about shifting your mind. He talks about the Ikea theory. He talks about how when you put something in your mind, you start to see it. You think of reasons why. It's like I was talking about the monster, but more so if you're like, I do deserve this. Why you start to see reasons why you deserve it, as opposed to like, I'm scared. So it's like mindset training for moving forward.
I love that. I always forget that Jay has a podcast. I need to start like listening to him more often. And I really like the IKEA theory. I think that's really cool.
I just put it on getting my manicure because I was like, okay, I just need something good inside my brain. Like I call it watering the plant. And it was great. I actually ended up listening to it twice.
Oh, I love that. Are you watching any other shows besides Running Point?
No, just coasting on Running Point right now.
Okay. Well, keep us posted. Oh, no, you haven't started White Lotus yet. Never mind.
No, I haven't, but I did watch a recap of it, but no.
Okay. Well, awesome. I love those recs. We have a podcast, a TV show, and a book.
Yeah, and then we've got our Secret Lives coming up.
I know. I feel like March, April, and May we have some good shows coming our way, so I'm pumped.
Really, really good shows.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I think we've covered it.
Okay, perfect. We love you guys so much, and please keep sending us in your listener questions. Am I the asshole? Topic ideas, everything.
Yes, thank you guys. We love you all.
Bye.
I'm Alex Bennett.
And I'm Jordyn Woodruff. So, AB, do what you do best.
If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Stay connected with us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Snapchat at @MeanGirlPod. Podcast plus social artwork and post-production by Creative Evolution Studios. Mean Girl Pod, we're your besties in your ear. New episodes every Monday.